Dang, we already got a few people here. Wow, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Autumn, ZZZ Man, Crosscoder. Today, I'm going to be doing some attack style development. Basically, those are the different types of ways you'll defend against enemy attacks. That's what I'm going to be working on today. I had a teaser posted earlier that showed team defend, and that one's basically finished, I think. So I have a few others that I want to kind of try and touch on. If I open my document here, we've got, technically there's five? Is that five? Six. Six different ones. Team jump and team defend are already finished, but team freestyle, team sequence, team mash, and I feel like I'm missing one on this list, actually. There's a lot to keep up with. Team dodge, that's what it is. Yeah, thanks for dropping in and at least checking out the stream. I really appreciate it. And good luck on your game too, Crosscoder. I know you have Sage, the Sonic Amateur Games Expo coming up soon. So good luck with that. I hope everything goes well for you and your game. Okay, so I guess to start off with, I'm going to, let's see. Oh, I love this song. Going to look at team dodge, I think. So I already have the graphics for these implemented in here. They're loaded into the IDE. Team dodge, team freestyle, team sequence, team mash, and then so on. But team dodge, I think, is the next one I want to touch on. It'll be interesting. I imagine it's just going to work exactly how the standard dodge attack does, except you'll control multiple characters at once. Shocker! So, go ahead and get that in here. Yeah, I think I noticed your animated avatar, Crosscoder. This that I use, I actually wrote the program myself, which I think is pretty neat because a few of the other solutions for, I guess, PNG tubers, I didn't really like them that much. So I wanted one that specifically kind of fit my niche, which is, you know, I use this little pixelated avatar that's based off of it is the main character of Angels and Demons. So, you know, I use that, and none of the, what's wrong one? None of the other apps really kind of did what I wanted, and I wanted this kind of a squish animation and fade in between the talking and everything. So, you can actually, let me see, let me look at my sources here. Let me go to display capture here real quick. There we go. Maybe. Would you like to work OBS? Okay, so yeah, this is what it actually looks like. Whenever you click away from the window, it goes transparent. So, yeah. But there's a better look at it. Solid black. That's actually transparency, and OBS, if you set it as a game source, will recognize that, which is really nice. But I have these little features in here to, you know, adjust mic sensitivity, adjust the amount of squish, I guess you'd call it. change the scale of the PNG tuber, show or hide the stats and everything for it. You can add and remove sprites. So like right here, I can just show all the ones I have in here and what they're bound to and all that cool stuff. So I'm not exactly finished with the program yet. I kind of want to add some extra things to it, like what would you call it? Like groups. So say I wanted to have a set of animations that has I have a controller in my hands or something, right? I could have a keybind that would transition to that set of animations, and then all these different number pad keybinds that I have would change to reflect the holding a controller animation. So eventually, if I get it really fine-tuned and iron out all the small bugs that I, intentionally avoid, I might end up releasing the program standalone. I'm still kind of on the fence about doing that, just because, as far as I know, this kind of application is basically just meant for me. Like, I don't know of anyone else who really wants a PNG solution like this, but I mean, if there are people out there like that, let me know. Maybe that'll kick me into gear to working on it some more, but let's see. Nice. So okay, there's there's a little bit of interest into it. I think I had one other person say that they'd like to see it, but it was also for like a chatbot kind of thing too. And since the program is made in Game Maker, it's already it's already kind of outside the zone of like how feasible of a program is this to expand upon. But like for what it's worth, it works pretty good. The only real issue, I guess, is to add in different animations. You have to add them as a sprite sheet, which some people are like, not, I guess, like, how would I word this? I guess, for lack of better term, technologically inclined. Because as far as I know, and I probably could also be totally wrong on this, the only easy way to really export a sprite sheet from anything is using Asprite, which for the majority of people is a paid application, unless you build it from source like I did. But I use Asprite and I just load in 8 little frames and I adjust how open or closed the avatar's mouth is, and that's all there is to it. But some people might not have an easy solution to getting sprite sheets, so that's my only real caveat with it. I could hack a solution together, like you add in the frames individually, but that doesn't really feel good from a programming perspective or a user experience perspective, I don't think, but that might change. I'm not really sure. So I want to actually take these default spawn values that I have for battles, and I want to reflect those a little bit in this. So ideally you get sent to the center of the screen. So we tap in here to other code. Yeah, that's the idea, is that those who are using the program would be familiar with sprite sheets, but then again, there's also, you know, people who might see it and be like, oh wow, this is exactly what I want, just looking for a random, you know, PNG tuber type solution. Immediately the first one that comes to mind in terms of like what people know about is VadoTube, because that's what I actually used to use as mine, and it was just like you could have 4 frames of animation, and that would be a mouth closed, mouth open, a mouth closed blinking, and mouth closed open. Eyes open, yeah. Mouth, I said that totally wrong, but you get what I'm saying. Mouth closed, mouth open, blinking closed, blinking open. That's what I'm looking for. And I mean, it works. It's definitely a lot more fleshed out as a program than mine currently is, but it's a lot more accessible. So, I mean, I guess if there's probably a website to take just individual frames and turn it into a sprite sheet, now that I'm thinking about it. There's a short little conversion website for about dang near anything nowadays. I think, at least. I know I have to use that for animated PNGs for Discord stickers, but let's see. I actually think I need to get a center point. Guess that would be the center of the room by default. So okay, I think this is what I want. I'm gonna speak out loud for what this is gonna do. Ideally, this offset will subtract 144 from the center point. But otherwise it's gonna be 0. That's not what I want. Okay. That's probably just easier. Sometimes it's better to just not math it out. Actually, this should probably be, yeah, this should probably act exactly how this does, which means I could probably just reuse all this code. Mine is the guard. I don't even think anyone ever used this as a function in the game. Real talk. Let's see here. I'll leave this in, but I'll comment it out because often I don't even remember that this is a thing that exists. For those who didn't know, if you press the dash key or button in the dodge attack style, if you're centered, you'll guard and you'll take like half damage. So yeah, that should work. I'll take this and I have to change these values up a little bit. So instead of having this be actually, this will take a little bit of rehashing, I guess. Definitely don't want to even have the guard stuff in team dodge though, because that's too much to juggle all at once. Because you'll have like at least 2 characters most of the time that you're all gonna have to manage and make sure they don't get hit by things. So basically all that needs to be changed is this distance, this approaching stuff. So I can take this and set this to be our position, just like that. I think that's actually the simplest solution here. And then just all these references that are originally for the default X coordinate just needs to be this new fancy X position variable. So and then the Y is the same treatment. Actually, this just needs to be player Y, I guess. It's easier to write that variable anyways. To make it even funnier, we can just make this and it actually might just be that easy, because this logic needs to stay exactly the same pretty much as the standard dodge attack. So don't need this anymore. And I do want to add an extra line in here. Or no, maybe it's up here. This will need to get changed though. What code is that? So, do you mean language or as in what am I messing with? This is GML, which is Game Maker language. I use Game Maker, formerly known as Game Maker Studio, for Angels and Demons. So it's not by any means like a insanely efficient language, I guess, but I like it. It's what I've used for quite a while. I had a little bit of experience with it. I used to do I wouldn't really call it fan games, but I would use engines or just project packages, I guess, that people would make available freely for Game Maker based off of, like, say, Super Mario Brothers or Earthbound. And I would load those in and I would like change it up a little bit to have my own characters and enemies and stuff, which they were not good. They were not good games by any means. They were very, very poorly created, but I had that kind of experience with it. Otherwise, I probably would have went with, like, before I started this, at least something not as, in quotes, hand-holding, because a lot of people think Game Maker is like a baby's first, you know, game making software, IDE. That's the word I'm looking for, IDE. A lot of people think it's like baby's first, but then they find out that a lot of really good games were made in it, and they're like, oh, maybe it's not. Like, off the top of my head, Undertale, I think Hyper Light Drifter, and the game that actually pushed me to spending $100 on Game Maker back when they had the permanent licenses, Pizza Tower. So yeah, Pizza Tower, also a Game Maker game, which was shocking to me because I seen gameplay of Pizza Tower back when it was first kind of taken off. I think it was just a little bit after, it was like a month or two after the Sage demo for Pizza Tower. I seen, I think it was Vinny Vinesauce playing it, and I was like, dang, the physics in this look insane. I gotta find out what engine that is. That's the kind of physics I want for a game I want to make, right? So, Game Maker is actually legit. Advent Neon. I don't think I've heard of that before. What is Advent Neon? Let's see. Yo, that actually looks really clean. I like the art style I'm seeing here. That looks really sick. Hyperactive 2D action platformer with wicked fast attacks, omnidirectional dashing, and time freezing. Wow, that omnidirectional dashing. Where have I seen that before? Sounds a little similar to a game I've heard of called Angels and Demons, but okay, I actually might just be able to. I think this might be ready. Let me get my dummy enemy here, and let me set up a new state thing for him. I don't really have any kind of attack that I can make him use, but just at the very least to test things out. Let's wait for it to compile and we will check it out. Might have to adjust the game volume. I imagine it's going to be kind of loud. It's still in development. Interesting. Yeah, I looked up the Steam page for it, and from what I could see on there, it looks actually like pretty solid. So even if it is still in development, you know, like credit where credit's due, it looks really nice so far. Let me adjust the game volume real quick before I start doing things. I don't want to hurt people's ears. That's good enough. One guy made everything. Hey, he's just like me. Let's go. And here we go. Well, that shouldn't be showing up just yet. Ah, game crash. Cool! Oh, I'm pointing to the wrong value. That's so cool. Okay. So if one of these state equals that, I forget that's an enum, that will evaluate as true because it's not below 0, or at or below 0. Funny moments. So, okay. This needs to be the battle manager's player Y, because that's something that's managed by that. And I'll take the same. And just like that. That should work almost. Almost. One last thing. Need the offset. Offset is important, because that is a lot of extra logic in there. Now I think it should work. With an asterisk. Okay, I need to increase that offset a little bit, but the arrows overlap. Ah, but that positioning is almost like perfect for where they need to be. Man. And I don't want to decrease the range that they can dodge out of the way, because then it's becomes a little like, why would you even move at that point kind of distance. Well, let's see here. Offset, I guess we'll make you, let's add 64 pixels, 208. That sounds good. Can't cross over too much. Actually, hold on, let's not add 64. 44 plus, what's 48? 192. That's a much better sounding value. Because too high of a value and then they're gonna go off screen, and that's not ideal at all. Oh yeah, thanks. I actually changed the thumbnails very minusculely for each stream, just a tiny bit. Like it could just be changing the hue of the color, or I could change the background or something. But I'm glad someone notices. Also, what's up, Gabe? How are you doing today? Bad. I'm sorry to hear it. I'm imagining work troubles. Oh, sickness. Ugh. You hate to hear it. I popped my knuckles and the microphone picked it up and made the VTuber talk. That's actually kind of silly. Ah, I see now. Okay. Okay, that actually looks a lot better. That's really good. And it should just work. Though I think the approach function is being doubled over somewhere. Because I don't think they snap back that fast, usually. Let me look at this logic again. There's nothing up in here. This is all dodge stuff. I guess, yeah, that needs to be omitted. This is a very specific scenario that this happens, I guess. So, wait. Yeah, that needs to stay there because that's outside of that logic. Okay. Now, I guess the only thing would be how many characters should ever feasibly be inside of a team dodge attack? Because I'm thinking I could get away with having, you know, so many characters in by way of stacking them, as in instead of like spreading them out long ways along the middle of the screen, have them go in groups. So one spawns on the left, or doesn't really spawn, but one moves to the left, one moves to the right, and then the next left, the next right, and so on. Which sounds almost perfectly solid until it gets into the whole where's an enemy gonna attack kind of logic, and then it's more of a, ooh, that's a lot of logic to handle. So the base functionality is there though. That means I can check that one off of the list, I think. Team dodge done. Because that logic is effectively finished now. At the bare minimum, at least. Because everything else is going to be handled by enemies. They'll be like, hey, my attack's done. And then that tells the battle manager that, hey, his attack is done. And that tells the players, hey, the attack's over. Go back to your position. So, a lot of the logic is handled by enemies already. Just recreated things. So, let's see. Next up, I guess, I have 3 more to pick from here. Freestyle, sequence, and mash. I guess like by doing sequence or mash, I can technically knock out 2 birds with 1 stone because they're effectively the same attack style. The only reason that they're considered different is, in my head at least, when an enemy, say the mash attack style didn't exist, and all you have to do in that one is you mash a key, right? So, but instead, any mash attack was a sequence. This is a hypothetical. If you're like me, I'd see sequence. Oh, okay, a sequence of inputs. And I'd think, I'm going to be going slower, hitting 1 single key because I'm thinking, okay, I just got some really insane luck here. You know, I don't want to mash through it and then, you know, get an incorrect input or something, right? Like I feel like this is almost a purely, me kind of thing, but, I mean, I felt like the distinction was kind of necessary, so the same thing will happen with the team variants. The only, I guess, exception that they'll have is they might just both show up in a world, because my intent is to have 3 new attack styles for each world. So, World 1 had the basics, which is dodge, defend, freestyle. Then World 2, since you now have 2 characters, you have team jump. And since you're probably at this point more versed with the controls, you have sequence and mash, which, you know, for people who don't play video games all the time, you know, they might need a world or so to get the hang of their inputs and everything. So, World 3 is going to have pose, beatdown, and I'm thinking team defend. I feel like it's the logical next step since team jump came in World 2. And the defend attack style on its own is jumping and meleeing, so team jump and team defend are actually separated in that sense. So it's kind of the logical next step. World 4s are actually done already. Rhythm game, platformer, and collectathon. Name pending. And those are kind of exactly what they sound like. Rhythm is you play the rhythm game. So it's not gonna like force you into an expert difficulty or anything like that for standard enemies. I'm probably gonna have to write some kind of logic to see, okay, well, have they even played the rhythm game at all? And if they have, like, what difficulty do they pick? Which ones have they gotten better scores on? You know, kind of like placing, like, you do some placement matches in a competitive game, essentially, right? So, platformer is like freestyle, but, like, even more so, you'll have to go through a whole area and find a flagpole, like a certain plumber does. And then collectathon is kind of the same as platformer, except you're not looking for a flagpole, you're collecting a predefined by enemy amount of green coins. Totally original and never heard of before, I'm sure. And then as I go through, you know, World 5 will get its own set, probably Team Dodge. You know, World 6 will have its own set, World 7, and World 8 I feel like is gonna be, it's gonna be more of a, you know, you've learned everything now, let's put your knowledge to the test kind of ordeal. That's the thought process, at least, is that there won't be anything new introduced in World 8. And if there is, it'll be something to have to do with like final boss stuff. So, okay. Next up is, I guess we'll do team sequence. So, this one actually might be a little bit tricky. So, let me duplicate this code here. And need to change this to team sequence. Okay. Okay, now this should actually all basically be the same. Not sure how damage handling should work though. This is actually something I did not really consider. Is how would you counter this kind of attack, the team sequence? I guess in this case, we just do an extra check if we're in slot 1, or I guess slot 0. So only one person should deal damage. Yeah, that should work. Quick and dirty, I guess. So, we actually go to our player battle. And what does alarm 4 do? It goes from idle to sequence or mash. Or go to idle state from sequence or mash. Okay. So that actually, for state equals be player dot multi-sequence same thing basically. So So I have this idea in my head for it, right? That's your characters will move to the center of the screen again, like they did in the team dodge attack. And they'll each have their own different sequence that will need to be finished. I don't know. Like, this one, now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I'm like looking at the code, I'm thinking of the big picture with it, other than, oh, that would be cool. I'm thinking this one might not actually be that great. Because I had this same thought with the beatdown attack style, but then I actually like got it implemented and I was like, oh wow, this is actually a lot better. There's a lot of different things I could do with this. But I'm not really feeling that with this one. Because it's effectively just the same thing as the regular sequence, you just have 2 characters or more characters, and maybe not. I think I might axe this one, thinking about it now. I do know I want Team Freestyle though. That one I have a solid idea, so let's go to that one here. freestyle is definitely going to happen. And it's going to be one that people probably hate. But multi-FS, team FS, no? Ah, it's capitalized. I'm not consistent with my naming scheme. Imagine my surprise. Okay. This one will actually need a manager object, so I'll go and create that now. Are you... wait a minute, red coin manager, are you persistent? Yeah, you're persistent. So you need to be persistent too. I'm gonna have to take a look at this and see how I did it. Feature creep is real. Come on, game maker. So let's see, what do we actually do here? This is for coins, so I actually don't even need any of this stuff hardly. Since this one should function just like regular freestyle stuff, it only needs to manage target. So should be no one. And to go into the battle manager too. Where's our player creation stuff? Ooh, now this might need a little bit of logic rework. That's always fun. Huh. It's all about problem solving, essentially. So this loops through the enemy, finds the enemy, breaks out. I have to do something extra here, I guess. So we're gonna need to go into the battle enemy parent. We need to give it a... where do we store our freestyle stuff? Freestyle X, Y, and we need a freestyle players. It'll just be an empty array. Shoutouts to arrays, my favorite part of programming. So That is convoluted logic. Okay. Now... Okay. Actually, there might be a better way to handle that. That might work better, actually. Okay. That's flawed logic now that I'm looking at it, because if a character gets KO'd, what happens? Oh yeah, I usually have Nightbot running to go through a playlist that I have on YouTube, but like half of that playlist now, for some reason can't embed into Nightbot properly. So for now, I'm using nightride.fm, which is it's a little website that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different synthwave radio stations. This one specifically is the chill synth one, but there's just standard synthwave. There's one called Data Wave. There's Space Synth, Dark Synth, Horror Synth, and EBSM. So, but for deving, I kind of stick to the chill synth one most of the time. Unless I have a lot of caffeine in my system, then I like to play something faster. I think that is correct. Just need to set these up properly. And then, where's my battle management? What did I name that other variable? Players. Probably actually put this there. Characters first since it's required. That's what I need. Freestyle room. If that doesn't get an argument, what does it do? Oh, wait, it's redundant. Ha ha ha. Okay. That's all set up properly now. I actually think I need to, maybe I don't want to, have this go cyclical. Actually do this here. Do some wizardry here. Wait, maybe I don't need to do wizardry, because I'm thinking of it wrong. Okay, well, I think that's probably all the time I've got to stream for the day, actually. So, I think this is mostly finished now. I'm not super positive, but I've got some other stuff I gotta do, so I'm gonna have to end the stream now. But if anyone here is watching, it's not in the Discord, make sure you join, because when this is finished, I'm probably gonna post a teaser video of it, and you know, that's also how you'll get notified of any other streams in the future. So, you know, be sure to do that. Join the Discord. Links should be in the description. If not, you can get there from the game's download page too. That also works. So, anyways, thanks to everyone who came out and watched, and I will see you.